actually live yet? Or do I just have a big lag still? Or do I just have a big lag? Oh, no, I think it's working. So hi. Um yeah, I have what? 2 people? Mm, hello. I have 3 people? Sorry, this is obviously my first time. Mm, I guess if you're in the chat and want a tarot reading, you can say something. Um, or I can give an introduction, unless I'm just talking to myself. This is like when Nintendo released Ninjala and everyone wanted to play, and it was like Ninjala, blah, and nothing would happen. That's the stream. Oh, and sorry if I sound a little weird. I am still getting over COVID. I'm a long hauler, I think. Um, Hi, Crypto 137. Hello. Let's see if my hand will work. Um, would you like a tarot reading, or should I talk about myself a little first? Oh, there's that lag. So, I'm a cat she, which is not spelled how it sounds, but it's a lore of a cat that is a magical fairy. And they're usually tuxedo cats, like black and white, but I'm pink and white. And the reason I chose to do this is not just because pink's my favorite color. Oh, and thank you for the well wishes. I hope so too. And just to reiterate, I have like really bad lag even though I'm on the no lag option in the live stream. Oh, okay. So, yeah, a cat sheep. Um, I chose to be pink and white because I'm actually different. Well, mm, disabled in real life. So I kind of wanted to share all that frustration I have in my virtual life of not being like everyone else. Um, so that's why I chose to be kind of like a different kind of cat sheep. Um, okay, so let's see. We can do the tarot and see if more people showing up. I don't know anything about tarot, to be honest. Alright, so I used to do tarot professionally, but the last time I did it was in 2018, like really early 2018, and I stopped because I got really, really angry at the location I was doing it at and the whole like metaphysical community in general. I found it to be really like, oh, my hand, ouch. Yeah, there we go. I found it to be really hypocritical, and there were a lot of fake people in there. And so, like, I sound young and I also look young for my age. So, the person who ran the shop, she was, an older boomer, like the type of person you would typically think to be in one of those shops. That looks like an old hippie and stuff. And people would come in and they would look at her and ask for a tarot reading because it was advertised on the shop window. And then she'd be, oh, this person here is our tarot reader. And people would look at me and like make a judging face. And they would get really hesitant because they thought I was like 16 or 18, even though I'm older than that. And I've even had people walk out on me when they found out I was the tarot reader. But the people who stayed, like 90% of the time, they thought I was a psychic. And a tarot reader and a psychic is not the same thing. Mm, even though they are kind of in the same genre. So I would always explain that tarot is a tool that it's like it can read, there's two ways to look at it. It can read energy, or it doesn't have to be supernatural at all. You can just pull a card and be like, here's the meaning of the card. How can I apply this meaning to the situation I'm going through? And people just still would be like, but no, I don't need to tell you anything about the situation because you should know since you're the reader. It's like, no, I don't know. I'm not psychic. um, and it would be really frustrating because they would like come in and try and play a game with me out of it. Like, oh, I'm not going to tell you anything about the situation. You have to guess. You have to know. Even though I tell them over and over, I'm not a psychic. So that's kind of how like I got the idea for this channel, was just to be openly blunt about it and say I'm a pretend psychic. Um, so yeah, I left because I got frustrated with that, and then there's a whole nother story. Um, yes, you get it. It's a kind of therapy. Um, Thanks for understanding. So, okay. The the reason I left besides that was one day I was doing this for like what, 2, 3 years, and one day somebody came in the shop, and I'll probably tell this story again if and when I get more of an audience because it's kind of funny. So this woman comes in the shop and she's a boomer as well. And her question that she wanted to know was if she'd make a good tarot reader or not. And I'm always really honest with my readings. Like, I've known tarot readings that if like something negative comes up, they won't say it, but I'll say it, but then I'll also pull another card on how you can, make it a positive out of a negative, or a suggestion of what you can do to help the situation. So anyway, I'm always honest, and I pulled her card and I got the Hierophant and King of Pentacles. So that was a good answer to her question. It suggested that yes, she would make a good tarot reader. She would be successful. People would listen to her. And so I told her that, and she told me that, oh, that's great. And she informed me that she had no experience with the cards. It was just something she was thinking about doing. She was interested in learning it, and I encouraged it. Literally the next day, she calls the shop I was working at and asks if she can be the tarot reader there. And my boss was more than happy to let her do it, which is fine. Not every tarot reader's the same, but it was kind of concerning considering what she told me, that she had no experience with it. And so she comes in, and her whole gimmick is she just kind of says whatever, but she claims that she is the voice of Jesus and that Jesus talks through her. And after that, I left. I was like, I can't be a part of this. This is a scam. This is fake. So I completely stopped doing it then. All right, so I haven't done it in like, what, almost 4 years now. And I'm going to try and get back into it because quarantine, and I just need something positive and fun in my life. So there. Okay. So if you have any questions, also just feel free to ask. And like I said, I do apologize for the lag. Um, and if you want, you can ask me a question in particular, or I can just pull you a card about your day or life in general. What would you like me to do? Do, um, let's see, what else can I talk about? Oh, so while you decide, if you decide, and it's okay if not, um, I pulled my card for this stream. I'm like, oh, what will I get as a card for the stream? And I got the world in reverse, which didn't feel too encouraging. And okay, let's see. Can you tell me about my year, like in general, how it's going to be? All right, let's see. So how I'm doing this is I'm thinking about the question, like what you asked, as I'm shuffling the cards, and then like when I feel um, the energy, I'm trying to get my leap motion to read my fingers doing the quotes. The energy is right, I will flip the card over. Or sometimes when I'm shuffling, like one will just fly out or flip over by itself, and that's your card. So let's see, I'm seeing. Oh, um, so ironically, oh, my arm. So ironically, the card I pulled for you was the Hierophant upright. That's the one I was just talking about. So the Hierophant's main uh the main sorry, I just got a bad text. Anyway, so the Hierophant is usually a representation of like somebody in a priest position, but it's not exactly holy. It's just like somebody who talks and they will be listened to, and it's like you have something important to say, and it will be that those words will reach people, and usually, you know, let's see if it's your year, so I can suggest that maybe like you'll get an epiphany this year, and it's something that would be good to share with others and that would help others. Um, and somebody might take that information and work with it and help you with it. So if you have any comment about that. uh, so sorry, this is like, I'm a little shy. I have to get over that. The other reading that I would usually do is something like past, present, and future. So let's do that. In general, for this year, your card is the Hierophant, but let's do, so not past, present, future. Let's do current time, so like, early 2020. Then we can do middle 2020, and then late 20, oh gosh, 2021. No, we don't want to repeat 2020 again. No, no, no. Okay, so early 2021, I have the Hangman in reverse. So Hangman, oh my gosh, what is my arm doing? My arm's like trying to hang somewhere. It's Hangman in reverse. This can suggest that there's a situation that is proving to be frustrating for you, that you just can't find the answer of what to do in this situation. Maybe you've tried to execute a bunch of ideas and none of them are really working out. Um, but what Hangman's suggesting is that you literally have to hang yourself upside down. Well, not literally. You have to like look at a situation from another point of view and try to like find something you can do to get the answer or to figure something out. Find something different you can do. Hi, Tony. Wait, no, that's not Tony. Sorry, my uh, not dyspraxia kind of jumbles letters sometimes. Toynbee. Toynbee? Toynbelda. Yeah, oh gosh, I sound so, I'm not gonna say it. So I'll just, should I call you Toy? I'll call you Toy, if that's okay. So currently we're doing a reading for crypto and for their year in general. So let's see, year in general, Hierophant, meaning you're going to have something important to say and people will listen to you. Currently, maybe you're having a frustrating situation that you can't figure out what to do about. So let's do mid 21 right now. We have Justice in reverse. Mid 21 with Justice in reverse. Okay. That might suggest that you or somebody in your life is judging you unfairly. And maybe that's because of whatever's going on right now with the situation that you're possibly having a hard time figuring out. So, because this came up, I'm gonna pull a card that can maybe be a suggestion of what you can do to help figure out this situation or to help get out of being judged unfairly. The Fool in reverse. So if this is an advice card, I'm going to say that when I say I'm talking about like the energies and the mystical universe bullshit and stuff like that. Oh, can I swear? Um, so we're suggesting that maybe just to think more before acting, like that perhaps your first idea isn't the best idea. And to just look around, like if you come up with an idea for something, or if you think you have to say something, maybe like write it down first and think of all the outcomes, and just it's basically don't what's the saying? Oh my gosh, my hand again. Let's see. Saying, don't jump before looking. Look before you leap. That's the saying. Look before you leap. Yes. There we go. So I guess the suggestion is just you just think more about what you can do before acting, before making a final decision. And maybe that can relate to the Hierophant in that it's suggesting that you talk to somebody more, like you talk about whatever's going on, and whatever you say will help them, and in return, they could help you on an idea on how to solve whatever's happening. Maybe that might be the key. So then let's do late 21. We have the Magician in reverse. So generally, the Magician is about creation. The idea, like not the actual the creation itself, but the idea of something you want to create. Um, so let's see, with it being in reverse, for the end of 21, it could be that, let's see, this could be related to like something being deceptive, but I'm not going to say it's negative. Um, like maybe we're just saying that you'll figure out what to do, but the answer could be like not to overshare at the same time. Um, like I'm not saying you have to lie. I'm just saying that maybe like um, that you have to keep something to yourself in order to get the clear line of thinking, the clear line of action. Um, It's also, this can also be good in saying that bad luck or anything like that is likely to go away. Like it's one of the lesser known meaning of the magicians. Like if you have bad luck or anxiety, it will go away. Like it will lessen. Um, let's see. Crypto says there's always been an issue for me. I never think before I act. So I think that's what the cards are saying, that maybe to talk to somebody you trust before acting or to write things down. Um, I wouldn't say, no, actually, based on the cards you're getting, I think it's good. Like from what you tell me you that you don't think before you act, and that this card in general, this year's card is the Hierophant. I in upright, I think that's a good sign. I think it's gonna be solved. Like you're going to the issue of not thinking before acting is going to become less, and it's going to become easier, especially with the magician in reverse, because what's the magician doing? He's acting like he's pulling that rabbit out of the hat. That's the magician. But when you get a card in reverse, it usually means like the opposite. So this can say you're not going to impulsively act. You're not going to impulsively pull that rabbit out of the hat. Is Toy still here? Do you want a reading? Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I can tell if somebody's here or not still. If Toy is here and you want a reading, you can ask me a question or just say, like, you want a card in general about the day, week, or year. I'm sorry about my, like, arms going all over the place. I haven't quite worked out the leap motion yet. Let's see if I can figure out how to see who's in the chat. Like, it's weird. It's telling me, like, on the chat itself, it says 0 people are in, but then on my live stream view page, it says 3 viewers. So I'm not really sure. Can the spirits and magical forces of the universe help me figure it out? Participants. Oh, no, Toy left. So, I guess since you're the only one here still, Crypto, which I appreciate a lot. Thank you so much. I can. Oh, somebody named Aquayazi. Hi, Aquayazi. But yes, I'm having a very bad lag because my internet is poopy. Again, I'm still not sure if I can swear because I've heard rumors that YouTube doesn't like that. Let's see, I think that you started saying this isn't really a reading for the future, it's more about the person interpreting the info. Let's see. Yeah, that's originally what it was, but I did like a 3 card for beginning, middle, and end of this year. Yeah, that's a good idea because basically tarot cards, they're full of metaphors. The whole thing is a metaphor. Let's see. Aqua says, hope you're well. I was on live before and the same thing happened. I think YouTube is down. Oh gosh. Just my luck. Which is funny because I pulled the world reverse for the stream, which usually indicates some problems. Something's not going around as it should. Some stalls. Aqua, would you like me to pull a card for you? Like for you in general, or for the day, week, month? I will put Crypto's cards back in the pile and reshuffle them anyway. Let's see. Shuffle, shuffle. I wish they didn't have this lag so much. Okay, yes, please. I will. I'm not. I don't think you were here before when I was talking about how it works. Well, works in quotation marks because, as stated, this is all pretend and not real. Um, but it works in quotation marks by like channeling energies. And what I'll do is I'll shuffle. Then when I feel the energy is right for your card to come up, I will pull it, or sometimes it will just fly out as I'm shuffling. Um, so let's do this. You would like a card for the rest of the week. Let's see. You got the wheel upright. And the other name for this is the Wheel of Fortune, which is what it sounds like. It's a good card. It's, it'll bring you fortune. But it's also a wheel, so it represents changes and cycles of life. But if we're talking about this week, maybe your week's going some way, and later on, the way the week is going will change, but it's probably going to change for the better. Um, and it's also encouraging that you, one of the sayings attached to the wheel is to go with the flow. Like you're riding this wheel, you have to go with the flow. Uh, let's see, what else can we say about the wheel? It can also indicate personal growth. So I think if you're having like a bit of bumpy road this week, things will get better. And maybe I can draw another card that can be an indication of what might change this week's course. So let's see. Temperance in reverse. So a temperance card, what does it sound like? Temper. Um, but since it's in reverse, usually upright, we're talking about balance and, having good sense of the self and basically your temper's in check. But if it's in reverse and I pulled this for what could cause the change of this week, maybe you or somebody might say something without thinking, might say or do something without thinking, but instead of it having a bad outcome, it probably have a good outcome. So something you or somebody won't actually intend on doing, but whatever happens would be good. So basically, a surprise will happen. And it might not be like when it's happening, it might not be so easy. Like it might appear that it's not the best thing to happen, but it might turn out to have good outcomes from whatever happens. So there's that. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I have any more participants. Well, now it's just saying Aqua is here. It's telling me that Crypto left. Oh, I like your emojis. So I guess if Crypto's gone and you're the only one here now, is there anything else you want me to pull a card for? Oh, and I'm only working with the major arcanas right now, instead of the full deck, because as I was telling Crypto before, it's been like almost 4 years since I last touched my tarot deck. Oh, you're here. I'm so sorry. YouTube is just, for some reason, not telling me. It just says Aqua's in chat now. And before it just said you were in chat. So, you know what? I'm just gonna stop trusting what YouTube tells me. Um, yeah, so I'm happy to do more if there's anything either of you want to know about more specifically. Let's see what happens. Like I said, it's been almost 4 years since I last touched my tarot deck. So I'm gonna pull a minor arcana for myself and see what we're saying right now. Seven of Wands. Not my favorite card. Um, Seven of Wands usually can mean that there's a bunch of people like trying to tell you to do one thing and it's you don't really want to do it, or they're driving you into a corner and you don't like that corner, which I guess is kind of relevant to what I'm going through right now in my life. I have different ideas, and some of those ideas are clashing with people who don't particularly agree with them. Um, but hopefully things will get worked out. I guess I could try drawing a minor card for each of you. Let's do crypto. Crypto, I'm going to draw you a minor card in relation to 2021. What do we have going on here? Let's see. Oh. So that's pretty funny. Um, for crypto, I drew you King of Pentacles. I actually just taught myself. I didn't slash don't really have many friends. And as I mentioned before about being disabled, I'm kind of locked inside a lot. So what I can do is very limited. And I just got into tarot one day and be like, oh, this might be fun to teach myself. Message retracted. What's the difference between major and minor? So the way I like to explain it is major is basically if you're looking at a painting, it's the painting in general, but the minor are the details. So like, no, it's not. No, I'm here to stream. I'm here to share. Um, it's I think it's fun to answer whatever. Yeah, I'm supposed to, as a VTuber, you're supposed to get to know them, right? So don't worry about it. I enjoy answering anything. Um, so let's see, what's a famous painting? Um, I should know this considering I've done art. Uh, is there a painting you like? Let's look up. Let's go to that wretched corporation Google search and look up famous paintings. And okay, here's a good one. Mona Lisa. I think we know what that is, right? The pretty woman, or assumed to be woman. We don't really know what they identified as, right? So the person, the pretty person sitting there. So when you're looking at this, you see a person sitting there, kind of smiling, and it's like, okay. So that would be the major arcana. But if you go to the minor, you're like, so there's this person sitting here, but in the background there appears to be a river, there's a road, there's some trees. Her eyebrows, they aren't missing, if I recall. They're not missing, but they're just faded from the age, so they appear like they're not there. So that's a good way to explain the difference between major and minor. So since I pulled King of Pentacles, which I found pretty funny because the story I told you beforehand involved both Hierophant and King of Pentacles, and these are the two cards I pulled for you. So King of Pentacles, the meaning between this is like mastery of finances, or something that you're embarking on or doing will lead to good financial success, like budgeting, like you'll know how to do that. Um, and let's see, since we're doing 2021, maybe, let's see, the small detail of 21 might have something to do with finances. So let's see. Uh, See, this was the hard part about when I did tarot reading and everyone thought I was a legit psychic. Like, it was going off just what the cards said in general. Like, people wouldn't tell me anything. So I had to basically just talk about the meaning of the cards. And then I was like, well, if you tell me the detail of your situation, which by the way, I'm not asking that you tell me, I'm just telling you about the past in the store, then I can apply with the cards meaning better to your situation. I understand if it's private and you don't want to share, but I was always upfront before somebody came reading. Like, I work best as a tarot reading knowing as much detail as possible about the situation. But yeah, I'm happy to see that you think that's good, because it is good. Oh, and shuffling again, these cards, Five of Chalices, if I can talk, just flew out at me, meaning I'm gonna read that as a card that's for me. Which I always get. Like, usually as a tarot reader, and if you have your own deck, you will get the same few cards flying out at you because they're always trying to yell at you about a message. And I forgot to put my phone on silent. So yeah, I was going to do a minor card for Aqua now. Let's shuffle. Shuffle. Aqua. I pulled Two of Wands for you. Crypto. Yeah. I will come back to that once I explain Two of Wands. So for this week, since that was your original question, this could indicate that you have something in mind, like a goal or something you want, but it might mean that you necessarily don't know what you want yet, and you're seeking for that answer and you're looking out for that answer. And it might be related to finances as well, but it could also like mean it's hard to that's the thing, it's been so long since I've done this that some of the meanings behind the cards are a little cloudy to me. So I'm just remembering like the main meanings on the surface of the cards. It also has to do with emotions, so it might be tied to finances, which causes an emotional reaction, which might be the force of you seeking something. I don't know how accurate that is, or if that applies to anything you're going through. So let's see. Crypto said there seems to be contradict a little, so I'm still thinking it over. This would help if I knew like more of you personally, but I don't, and I'm really not asking unless you want to share anything in particular. But You're reading related to 2021. Um, I'm not really like if you could tell me how you feel it's contradicting the whole thinking before leaping, thinking before acting, finding somebody to talk to about issues. Them they can maybe help you, whatever you're stuck with or frustrated with. And again, this has to pertain to the whole year of 2021. um, and maybe whatever happens during this year solution could be involving finances or whatever the problem is could relate to finances, but it will be okay because King of Pentacles is a very good card in that regards of financial success. Oh gosh, my throat. Oh, this COVID. Um, I actually wanted to premiere like in the end of November. I started making this model September, and originally I was going to premiere end of November, but then I got sick because my dumb town. Ugh, I'm so mad at my town. Like, I live in a Republican pocket. I don't. I'm probably going to end up getting political on here at some point, so I shouldn't even try to hide it because I'm strongly opinionated when it comes to politics. But, yeah, so my dumb town, like, in our state, we have a mandate of like quarantine, curfew, only so many people allowed in shops and restaurants at once, no indoor dining, all the basics. And then the mayor and the committee decided they suddenly didn't want to follow our governor's mandates. So, poof, all of those voided, and now for some reason the people feel they don't have to follow any of those rules. And even though I wore a mask, I still got sick because buttholes around me didn't want to wear their mask, and they let whoever and how many they wanted in stores at once. And yeah, so I ended up getting sick. I'm still waiting for somebody to notice and report us to the attorney general, but I don't want to be that person because I'm worried about my identity being found out, even though they claim it's anonymous. The last thing I want is my like farm town Hicksville people finding out who I am that reported them. Yeah, I don't want that. That'd be me. Anyway, kind of off topic. I'm just mad. Yeah, I'm just mad about sounding like crap and having barely any energy. Um, is anyone new in here? Or still just, you live in Europe? Um, a bunch of people are still doing whatever they want. Our numbers are awful. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. This is not fun, dealing with this plague. People are just so selfish. Is anyone else in here who wants a reading? Or is it just you two still? Which I am so happy and so grateful for you two being here. Thank you. Even if it's not a lot of people, I still appreciate those that are here. I was so worried. Like, I was so worried about doing this that I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to broadcast and no one's gonna show up at all. So I'm really happy that even if one person's here, thank you. But I think, oh my gosh, I really need to fix the sleep motion. It's not playing nice with my computer. So I think my next stream I might try playing a game, Tetris, because that's the only game I'm good at. That and maybe becoming like a millionaire pimp in Animal Crossing. Like, does the. Oh my gosh, am I possessed? Like, what is my arm doing? Those are the only two games I'm good at. Um, I used to be good at some, like, action platform games, but my eyes got really bad suddenly. I posted a link on Reddit just saying, yes, yes, oh my gosh. Thank you for posting on Reddit. Um, I really appreciate that. I was trying to think what subreddits I could post on, but considering how I feel about the metaphysical community and that like I'm not taking the tarot readings too seriously, like I can't really post on like the boards or the psychic subs because they're probably gonna get mad. Like you have to be all serious business when it comes to this. Like only myself and the one friend I have are the only ones that like are able to laugh when doing tarot readings and joking around and stuff, but these people, oof, they take this stuff really seriously. um, and then so I was thinking about posting on the subreddit itself, but I was browsing that and I'm like, this seems to be a little bit too serious, too melancholy to post on as well, so I probably shouldn't. I'm not really sure where to advertise. And that's the other thing that's gotten me mad about getting COVID. Like, I want to interact. I really want to interact with other YouTubers, like other VTubers. But it's like, I don't have the energy. I do one thing for the day. And then I'm like, I want to collapse on my bed. I'm done. And, yes, back on topic. Yes, I need to stop ranting about COVID and people and all that. So, okay, I'm gonna share something that when in relating to how, I kind of joke around with the tarot. When I first got into it, when I was like still just a little teenager, um, the first thing I asked the cards was, how will my next poop be? Because I was a little intimidated. Like I was a little scared. Like oh gosh, am I gonna ask something that's gonna release like a bunch of hell demons and all these like ghosts and everything? I better not be asking anything that's well too serious or will like get anyone mad. And I posted. I remember my first card was High Priestess. Um, but let's see. What do you? But that they will be solved by good economic. Oh wait, let's see. He said it's not good. It's not as contradicting as I thought, but just to give you what I understood. So the cards say people will listen to what I have to say, but that I should not rush things and that I will have difficulties. Um, yes, but I wouldn't automatically jump to difficulties. Like I apologize if that was the word I used. I'm just feeling very jumbled and head fog, and like I said, I'm a little nervous, and this is the first time I'm using tarot in like 4 years. So, difficulties as in maybe like I wouldn't rush to anything and saying like difficult as in negative. It could just be like something that you're you're having a hard time deciding about or like figuring out what to do, which yeah, I guess could be difficulties. Um like it could be something as small as like I have two friends and they want to go somewhere um, with me on the same date, but different places. And it's like, and I don't know which place to choose. I'm having a hard time picking what place would be more fun, what would offer more opportunities. And so if it's a situation like that with the Hierophant, it's just encouraging you to reach out and to talk to others about it. Like it would be like talk to your friends about the place or the location, like ask more details about it, and maybe you can decide then what would be better to go to instead of just being like, I don't know which one. I'm just gonna pick one at random. It's just suggesting to talk about it a bit more first. Like it doesn't have to be anything too extreme or like a situation that's huge. So there's that. Hmm. Let's see. I wanted to stream for like 2 hours because I do have to do some cooking. I'm making my mom a bunch of food. Um, I'm making her food that she can freeze over the weekend and cook because she's not feeling too good. So I have to make some meals. Um, so we're about an hour in. Oh, no problem. I'm happy to help. You're welcome. Thank you for asking and giving me something to talk about. I just got deja vu. Um, hmm. Let's see, what else can we talk about? I can share more stories about my time working at the metaphysical store. Oh, what did the cards say about my poop? um, well, I remember I get the high priestess, and she's like, um, the high priestess is somebody that's, if I'm remembering, she's kind of like the mastress, master, uh, the queen. She's kind of like the queen of both this world and the metaphysical world and like the spiritual realm. She's like the gatekeeper, the person you see. So she's the one that you want to contact when you meditate and all that stuff. So the way I took that was that my next bowel movement would be like it would go smoothly between, getting it out from this world into another world. I would feel better. I would have to find my answers afterwards. um, let's see. Hmm. Oh, okay. I'll share another story about a tarot reading I did at the store. Um, so as I kind of ranted about before, I live in a very small farm town. Uh, Not too many people, you know, aim to come here. People that are born here die here. Um, and the interest around this place is very, very limited. Not too many artsy people, not much culture. So, anyway, there's a woman in town who's known for being like the most ratchet, crankiest woman there is. No one likes talking with her, no one likes crossing paths with her. Um, she's not very pleasant. And she worked at the shop right next to the medical um, physical store. And I see that you're stepping away, which is okay. I'll still share my story. So she worked at the shop next to the store, and she ran a dog washing shop. And of course, there were no good reviews or anything, and she was always complaining about money, which I totally get. It's hard, especially if you don't get a lot of business. But she wouldn't listen to the few people who tried to be nice to her, like who would actually want to talk to her and try and help her out. Um, and I was one of those people. Like, I always, my goal in life, other than to actually create artwork and writings that don't hurt, like it hurts when I draw because of my dyspraxia, but anyway. So other than that, like I want to help people. Like that's the whole reason I got into tarot reading. Like I said that it was something I originally looked up on what I could do being limited, like being stuck, but it appealed to me because I like you said, it's therapeutic. Like I thought I could use it to help people. And so, I didn't want to charge. Like when I was working at that shop, I didn't want to charge people for doing readings, but the owner wanted to, so that's why. And she got most of the payment. But anyway, um, so I offered to give this woman a reading, and I think she was like 80. She was like really old, and I don't know how she could see the dogs and everything, but anyway. So I felt really sad when I gave her the reading because I found out the reason she was so cranky all the time because she was miserable because she was sad that her daughter passed away, and she felt that there was no reason, there was nothing in life for her now, and she didn't have any reason for being, and everything just made her angry because she was sad that she lost her daughter. And like, so I suggested to her that like, um, well, one of the things she said that it hurt, like she was upset because she kept having dreams about her daughter. And, considering the environment of the shop being a spiritual shop, I suggested that, well, maybe her daughter is trying to contact her through her dreams and like give her a message, which I do legitimate 100% believe. Like there are some things I don't buy at all within the metaphysical community, like the whole Jesus talking through whoever thing. But I do believe in energy, and I do believe dreams, scientifically, dreams are not 100% understood. And I do believe that, you can access things through your dreams, and those that have passed can access them. And I suggested, well, what's your daughter trying to tell you? Like, maybe that's a way you can spend time with her. You can meditate and see her in your dreams. And she told me to fuck off and left. So there was that too. That wasn't too fun. I felt pretty sad. But yeah, that was another story. And then there was the woman who wanted to start a cult that came in. A woman legit wanted to, basically, I don't know if you know or anyone watching this after the stream, because I'm gonna edit parts. I'm familiar with Jonestown. That's basically what she wanted to do. She wanted to. She thought that she could invoke the goddess, the ancient Egyptian goddess Isis, and she thought that she wanted to make a. She didn't use the word cult. She wanted to gather a group of people who put their faith in this goddess, and they were supposed to do meditation and channel this goddess and do what this goddess suggested. And she wanted to gather all of these people and bring them to a plot of land that she intended to buy, and she wanted to set up like a tent city, and no one would have to get a job. Everyone would just help one another, like the old ways, and I would take care of you, and you would take care of me, type of thing. Um, and but you had to listen to Isis, the goddess Isis, to be in this community. It was just kind of awkward. I mean, I understand like the whole wanting to get away from the 9 to 5 grind, and there being something more to life than just that, and getting rid of capitalism and all that. But I don't know, like one of the other things she said that Isis told her, again, these like mystical figures just somehow choose random people to talk through and send messages to. Like Isis told her that she there was a key that like something you could do before bed that would keep you from having nightmares. And this woman This woman legit demonstrated to everyone in the shop what you had to do. She's like, you have to put your, I don't know if my leaf lotion will read it, but you have to spread your hands out. Let's see. Come on, leaf motion. Read. Okay, you have to spread your hands out like this. And you have to put them at the sides of your ears. I don't think it's reading it, but you put your thumbs at your ears length. And okay, I'm gonna sound really silly doing this, but whatever. Okay, you have to wiggle your fingers, and you have to make a noise like while going around in circles several times. And if you did that before bed, then you wouldn't have nightmares. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, oh my gosh, some of the stuff like people would come in there with, it was interesting. I've been streaming for an hour now. Maybe it will just have to be an hour instead of 2 hours since no one else is coming. Even though it's just five watching, like I don't know who else. Maybe people are just lurking and watching and not saying anything, which is okay. Um, I'm just saying if anyone else, like, please feel free to ask anything in the chat. uh, Thing is, Crypto says this ISIS woman was pulling your leg, like 85% sure. I don't think she was trolling. Like I think I think people that came in there legit believe this stuff. Like they just the way, I don't know. I think she legit believed it. I'm trying to think of any other interesting stories from my time there. Just woman that had a picture of. I don't think this is too strange. This is somebody came in with a picture of a guy she used to be in love with, and they both have their own families now. And she kept showing me this picture, asking me what I knew about this guy's life. I'm like, I told you, I'm not a psychic. And no matter how many times she said that, she wouldn't believe me. It's like, I can't tell you anything. Like, yeah, he looks happy in the picture. Like, yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that. So yeah, it says 5 watching, so I'm gonna do one more card reading. It's going to be for somebody watching this. You don't have to say you guys don't have to say anything or anyone, but if this card, when I pull it, resonates with you, this is gonna be for you. Okay, one of you guys watching. Alright, let's mix them again. I'm doing the major arcana. Oh, interesting. So, I pulled the world upright, which is, again, it's the world is a very, very good card. Because it's about completion, it's about success, it's about doing something that you wanted to. It's the end of a journey, but it could mean the start of a new one. And maybe if this resonates with somebody, maybe you're on a journey, maybe you're trying something new out. It could be a sign that your journey will come to a completion soon, and it will be a positive completion. It could also mean, let's see, I'm trying to remember. Oh gosh, it's been so long. Yeah, discovery. It could mean like all the events. Like if things have been happening in your life that you can't really explain, they'll start to make sense soon. You'll maybe find a sense of fulfillment. And oh gosh, I'm so sorry about my hair clipping. So I don't know if that's a sign for anyone watching. And also, I had a minor arcana card fly out at me. So this is going to be for somebody else, We have the Knight of Swords. Now, similar to the Fool that Crypto got, um, the Knight of Swords upright is kind of similar, like what I explained about the Fool in reverse, where it can be about rushing into something, but it's also strongly about leadership. Like somebody's looking to you, even though there's the King of Swords. Knight of Swords is also somebody that's like, so you have your leader, but then you have the person the leader tells commands to. So you're the person that's getting the commands passed down to. Um, and in turn, you're you're taking those words and you're running with them, and you're seeing how you can apply them to others around you. Um, and the reason why you're in this position is because you can appear to be very confident at what you do, and that's why you were chosen, and people, often look up to you because you're usually right on how to plan things. Like even if the person above you tells you something that you don't agree with or that you think might be a bad idea, you know how to take that information and uh, perform it so that good outcomes do happen. So anyone who's watching this, if your boss, if you're a manager and you're the assistant manager, for example, and if your manager's telling you something and they're telling you to relay messages, just know that things will be okay. Like what you say will go over well. What you say or do will go over well, and just so you, you have the ability. You also have the ability to help other people out with something. If the other people are having a hard time doing something or saying something, you could step in and maybe like put the situation to ease. So those are the two cards that came out at me. Um, so yeah, I think since it seems no one else coming in, I think we're gonna call it a night now. Um, so we did half the time. I aimed for 2 hours, and we did an hour. I guess if you know anyone that would be interested in getting a reading or might find this interesting in the future, you can give them my channel, please. I'll be happy to do this again. But next time I'll be playing Tetris and talking about other stuff. I'll think of some topics to talk about. Um, so yeah. Uh, Thanks for watching. I will come up with a next streaming date and post it on my Twitter, which is P Mint Perception. I'll type it in here. HTTP slash P P HTTP if I can type twitter.com slash P Mint Perception. P Mint Perception. So, does that work? Yes, I will update on when my next stream will be. Thank you, Crypto, so much for interacting with me. I had a really fun time, and I promise in the future, when I get used to streaming more and working with the tarot again, I can express myself a lot smoother and clearer next time, next few times. But let's see, time zones sometimes follow American Debute. Well, the good thing is, Well, before COVID, I had problems sleeping at night. I was usually a night owl. So I can do late streams when I feel better 100%. And I wish my arms would stop like freaking out. So hopefully my when I get back into feeling better and I can do late night streams, um, those would be better times for people not in the US. But, so I'm going to sign off now and make some food and then pass out for the night. So thanks so much. I had a lot of fun. Take care.